Hi guys, welcome to Doga with Danielle. I have just got back from a wonderful cardio circuit training with a really good friend of mine, and he asked me how Doga was going, and we fell into a conversation with regards to yoga and what it can mean and the trends that are around it, etc. And he wanted to, he had a conversation with regards to the fact that it's a bit frustrating that yoga has become a bit of a trend and that people do seem to think that they've all of a sudden found this enlightenment just by stepping onto the mat and doing a few postures, when really yoga is a 360-degree lifestyle. It's not just about doing a warrior or a downward dog, and it goes a lot deeper. There's a bigger philosophy and way of life behind that, and I totally agree. And we had a great conversation around that, and it made me think about the 8 basic principles of yoga that are applied if you are to apply yoga in your life fully to really bring about the spiritual enlightenment and do the full connection with self and the world around you. I've had to get me a good old pen and paper and the laptop out again, because it is actually vast ranging when you start to go into the teachings and the philosophy behind yoga. And I'm going to just start with a snippet of it today, because otherwise we will be here all day and we don't actually have time for that on the one chat, but we will break it down over a few sections. So what are the principles of yoga? The principles of yoga are kept in the Yoga Sutras, and they are a collection of works by a great sage called Patanjali, who decided that he wanted to coordinate and streamline all the works and the teachings in a written format, predominantly in Sanskrit. And these are the basis and theory, and in these Yoga Sutras is the basis and the theory of yoga put together with the practice of yoga. And these sutras that are outlined fall under the banner of the 8 limbs of yoga. And as I said, they're 8 limbs of yoga, but inside each limb is also a subcategory within itself. So there's quite a lot to take a look at. So today we'll look at just the first 2 that are on the wheel, and predominantly the main ones that most people may recognize or have possibly heard of. When looking at these, it did make me think that it's very similar to the 10 commandments that we have in the Christian faith. So it is thought of as a moral guideline to help us move deeper into our own way of living, our own way of being, and can also support us going forward to lead a more meaningful life. And that's what these basic principles are about. But I will start with the first one. And as I said, you'll have the first one and then they have their subcategories. So I'm actually going to read that off of a screen. So let me just scroll down on here, because I don't want to get anything misworded or wrong, because obviously this is very important for a lot of people, and who wants to get something wrong when you can get it right, huh? So there is the yamas. We'll start with the yamas, and these are a list of 5 yamas, or moral restraints, so which apply specifically to how you behave outwardly towards other beings, so your impact on other people. So the first one would be ahimsa, non-violence, freedom from harming. Then there would be satya, truthfulness. Asteya, non-stealing, so freedom from stealing. This one's going to be hard. Brahmacharya, moderation. And then the final one in the yamas is aparigraha, non-hoarding, freedom from grasping, or other words could be non-greed. So, I think ahimsa speaks for itself. Non-violence, obviously, minimise the amount of harm you are causing to yourself and others in thought, word and deed. by becoming aware of the ways in which you may bring suffering to others. Patanjali's Yoga Sutra says, when you are established in ahimsa, non-harming, others will stop harming you. So kind of like the law of energy of what you put out is what you get back. So you will be a space for gentle love and kindness. Satya, truthfulness. Before you speak, ask yourself, is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? Satya includes right speech and truthful communication, as well as skillful listening. When approached with a piece of gossip, be a discerning listener. When truly practicing Satya, one's words and deeds are all in alignment with one another. Don't think one thing and then say something else. Being truthful does not necessarily mean being as blunt as possible. Practice ahimsa as well, by telling the truth in the most skillful and constructive way possible. Asteya, non-stealing, freedom from stealing. Do not take what doesn't belong to you. Do not take that which you haven't earned. This applies to material things as well as respecting others' time, energy, and hard work. If you're always showing up for appointments 10 minutes late, you are stealing another's valuable time. So it's based on the principles of being aware of the energy that you put out to get back again. Brahmacharya. That sounds better. Moderation. The yogic path discourages overindulgence in many things, including food and sex. Obsession with these things may cause you to lose touch with what is truly important in life, which can be very true. Brahmacharya is often described as moderation, specifically sensual. In classical yoga, it refers specifically to sexual moderation. Never use sexuality to dominate or manipulate another being. Being faithful to your partner would be a form of this. Don't be too hard on yourself. Everything in moderation, including moderation. Aparigraha, non-hoarding, freedom from grasping. Develop sensitivity to what you really need. Don't take so much that others don't have enough. Don't be possessed by your possessions. As long as you are lusting after the next great thing, you will always have a sense of lack. Similar to what I spoke about yesterday, I guess, with the journey. If we're not focusing on our journey, then we're missing out on that, and we're just focusing on the goal. It takes away, and which leads to suffering and a feeling of separation. If there is something you want, take the necessary steps to make it happen. Let go of your attachment to the outcome. So then after the yamas comes niyamas. So these are based around observances, specifically how you conduct yourself on a more personal level. So more an inward side of it. So you see the balance, what you give out and what you get back. So this would be saucha, cleanliness. Cleanliness and purity can be practiced on a number of different levels. A clean environment and living space, clear clutter, keep belongings organised and practice good feng shui. A clean body, clean diet, good hygiene, well-kept appearance. Don't know about that today. I did just go for a jog though, so forgive me. A clean mind, consider the amount and the quality of the information you're inputting on a daily basis. So what are you absorbing? What are you taking in? Are you watching a lot of maybe violent programs and listening to some music that maybe isn't so fulfilling? These things will have an impact and can have an impact on you. Clean company. Spend time with people who uplift your spirit and inspire you to be your best, and set clear boundaries if you have toxic people in your life. So you see, cleanliness isn't just about the nitty gritty dirt and grime. It also is what we take in to ourselves. Santosha, contentment. Look to yourself and your own innate goodness for happiness. That is the only place you will truly find it. Santosha also means being present. Rather than wishing for things to be different in your life, accept and appreciate the reality of what is. Do you really need things to be different to be happy? Choose to be happy now. Acceptance of the moment. Cultivate santosha by making gratitude a daily practice. Look at what we did yesterday. We're already on this journey. This is wonderful, right? Notice the moments you are happy, even if they seem to be few and far between. There you go. See, we're already on this wonderful yogic journey together. Tapas, self-discipline. Tapas, who can have self-discipline around tapas, huh? Anyway, Transform yourself in the fire of positive change. The term tapas means heat, and it refers to the discomfort that comes with breaking habitual thought and behavioural patterns to effect positive transformation in your life. If you have ever tried to break a bad habit, you'll know that the process is often accompanied by physical discomfort. You also recognise that the discomfort is a necessary step towards the change you are seeking. So having tapas is rolling out your yoga mat and doing your practice, even when you'd rather stay at home and watch TV and eat chips. So then the next one is Svadhyaya. Svadhyaya. Okay, I hope I've said that right. Self-study, self-awareness. Be aware of your actions as they are happening. Reflect on them later. Use your reflections to make positive changes to your actions in the future. Taking time to reflect quietly on your day through journaling or contemplation is a wonderful way to practice this. You see, we were already talking about this yesterday. This is amazing. I'm so happy. Isavara Pranidhana, surrender. Give your life force energy to something higher than yourself. This is devotion and surrender for the small self to the higher self. We practice Isvara Pranidhana every time we dedicate or offer up our yoga practice to someone else. This has a powerful effect on your practice. It creates a new sense of purpose when you practice. When your practice is infused with intention and energy. Also means letting go of doubt and making room for faith, which I believe is exactly where we have been on the last few days. And I can't believe after reading that it's something that we actually spoke not quite a bit about yesterday, but we really did kind of touch base on that when we was talking about the journey. And so we're already on our yamas and niyamas journey. And I hope this has been eye-opening for you today, interesting today to find out more about these. I'm going to go away now and think of maybe a posture that falls in line with this and share that with you. I'm actually quite excited. This has actually inspired me a bit more. Anyway, so if you have enjoyed, you know what to do. Follow, subscribe, jump over online to the YouTube at Child of God Online, and don't forget to also follow the @Superman Fast over on Insta page, where we will be completing our final day soon. So yeah, food. Okay guys, so I had a little look, had a little thought there, and we're going to do a seated pose today. It's just called a side bend stretch actually. There is a name for it. Here she comes. Look, see, she heard that I got down on the floor. Say hello, Lucy. Hey. And so we are going to literally just sit here and breathe in. We'll do the left arm. Bring our left arm up. Hand to the floor, ground through. Sorry, you're not going to be able to see the top of my arm there, but you will get the general idea. We just connect for a moment. And then we might want to push our arm out a bit more as we take that stretch a little bit deeper. And then as we breathe in one more time and release, we are going to just relax that right elbow and just take it along like this. You should feel a really nice deep stretch ranging from your left hip all the way up to your armpit, and then even pushing through into that arm there. Oh, she wants to play. And then you come through, and we'll just take the toy, la 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 la, over there, there you go. And then you can just do the same on the other side, ground through your sits bones, through your hand, bring it up, breathe through. You can even look up towards your hand. This posture is a great sign of power and stability. and can also represent you offering up to gain that energy from outside source into inside source. And we'll release. You can look down at your hand. Oh, it's actually a really good stretch after running today. Oh, and then bring it up. Oop, I didn't give myself enough space. And yeah, that is a seated side stretch bend, and is really good obviously for working the side muscles, the arms, etc. And I thought it sat really nicely with what we spoke about today. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you tomorrow, and maybe Lucy too. Take care. Bye bye.